Okay, this video is to show you how you can check whether the logs that you have done has gone through or not. So when you go into a service user's house, you touch the tag to go in and you touch the tag to come out, but sometimes you're not sure if it's actually worked. So this video shows you how to check that it has actually worked. So what happens, I'm going to log in as test support worker. Okay, so what generally tends to happen is that the system, CM2000 system, knows which shifts that you're on. Okay, so it has a record of your shift, and to see the record of your shift, you obviously go to press the three dots at the top right hand corner and check your today's full visit list. So this is today's full visit list for Mr. Test Support Worker. He has a shift with Mr. Test, another shift with Mr. Test at 2 p.m., a shift with Mr. Test at 4 p.m., and a shift with Mr. Test at 7:30 p.m. So the first one is 8 a.m., then it's 2 p.m., then 4 p.m., then 7:30. Right now, the time is 2:40 in the afternoon, as you can see on your screen here. So it's 2:40 in the afternoon. What the system does, when you touch in and touch out, it has to have a guess at which shift you're touching in and touching out for. Okay, if it will match it to the shift that it thinks is closest. If it's not sure which shift to match it to, the record still comes through to our system, but it leaves it by the side. Okay, what you want is for the shift, your logins that you have to have matched to the actual correct shift on your rotor. Okay, so let's find out how we do that. There's two ways. Firstly, well, this is not really a way to check that it's done, but this first way to check that your tag has actually registered. You press the three dots at the top right hand corner, click on more, my tag log. What you'll see is that earlier on today, the time now is 2:41, but earlier on today I was doing a test and I logged in at 18:05 at 14:16, and I logged that at today, which is 18th of the 5th. I logged that at 2:18 p.m. Okay, now those are the logs that were there before. Okay, and this is where you check the tag logs that you have. Now the other way is that you can look at outstanding visits for today. Now what the outstanding visits tells you is that these are shifts that you haven't logged in and out for yet, so they're outstanding. As you can see, all the shifts that I had are still on the system, meaning that I haven't logged in or out for any of these shifts. So there's still one, my outstanding visit still shows one at 8 a.m., one at 2 p.m., one at 4 p.m., and one at 7:30 p.m. Okay, now I'm going to go to my service user and I'm going to log in for a shift. Okay, I'm going to log in for any of the shifts. Oh, there you go. Your log has been recorded successfully. So firstly, to check that this log has actually been recorded successfully, you can go to the three dots and then you check my tag log, and you can see here there's a new tag log at the top here, which is at 18:05, 18th of May 2017 at 14:42, and you can see the tag number for that log. Okay, that means the system has definitely recognized that log. Okay, now if I go back and look at my outstanding visits, all my visits are still outstanding because I've logged in, but I haven't logged out. Okay, so now let's give it a couple of, like a minute or so, because you can't really log out. You can't really do a shift that's less than 3 minutes. Okay, so the previous log was at 17:42 and 32. So I have to wait a few minutes before I can log out again. Whilst we're waiting, what I will do is to clarify again. You can go back in. Today's full visit list. That shows you your entire rota for the day. Today's outstanding visit. That shows you what you haven't logged in and out for today. Okay. Okay, so that's enough now. Let's see. We should be okay to log out now. I'll give you a couple more seconds till it says 2:45, and then I'll try and log out. Okay, now it says 2:45. I will try and log out now. I'm touching my phone on the tag. The tag has been recorded successfully. So I'll click on OK, that's okay. So now what we do again, we can go back in, check the tag log. It says 14:45 and 11 seconds. Okay, so it says that basically the start of my shift was at 14:42, the end of my shift was at 14:45. So we know those tags have recorded, they've definitely recorded. Now let's go and see if it's matched it against a particular visit. Remember, the system has to have a guess at which visit that you're logging in and out for. So we go back here, go back to today's outstanding visits, and it hasn't quite matched it. The reason being is that I touched out slightly too early, I think. Let me just check it. Yes, I touched that slightly too early, so the system doesn't quite know. The system thinks that I'm still at the service user's house. It thinks that that last touch out that I did was a mistake because it happened slightly too early. So it still has a visit as outstanding. So, and the reason why that is because it was less than 3 minutes from the start of the shift. So the system doesn't recognize that a shift can possibly be that short. So that's why it doesn't match it. Okay, so now what I'm going to try and do again is log out again now. Okay, so that tag log has been successful. So I'm just going to go and check my tag log. Okay, you can see that this one now is 14:47. So that's a good nearly 5 minutes for this shift. So let's go back and see if it recognizes it now. Okay, now it might take a few minutes to filter through. Okay, so it's filtered through now. So if I go in, press this one, today's outstanding visits, check it. Now you can see the shift that was at 2 p.m. has disappeared. Okay, so out of my outstanding visits, so previously, if you remember, I had today's full visit list has shift at 8 a.m., 1400, 1600 and 1930. Now because I've touched in and out outstanding visits, the system has recognized that it thinks that I was logging in and out for the 2 p.m. shift. So it's matched those logins to the 2 p.m. shift, which have now disappeared from my outstanding visits, and all that shows up is the shift that I have not logged in and out for. So if you log in and out, but you see that you still have shifts on your outstanding visits, then it might be worth calling the office and telling them that I've go to the accounts team and say I've logged in and out, but my shift is still showing as outstanding. Can you please have a look at it for me? Okay, so and that is what will happen. We will match it. We will match the shift. We will match your logins to the correct shift. Sorry. Okay, so let's try this again. What we're going to do now is that there's a shift obviously coming in at 4 p.m. I'm going to touch in again here. Say okay. Now we are going to have to wait, let's say 4 minutes exactly. So it's 2:49 now. We'll have to go back in at 2:53 to touch out for it to recognize. Okay, just a couple more minutes now. So we're logged in at 14:49. And now I have to wait a good 4 minutes to 14:53. So it's 14:51 now. Okay, so it's 2:53 again now. So I'm gonna try and touch my tag again. Okay, it's been recorded. So check my tag log again. You can see the log out at 14:53 and 21 seconds. So hopefully that gave it enough time to record on the system Let me just double check. Okay, so it's recording the system now. If we remember, today's full visit list has 4 visits: 8 a.m., 1400, 1600, and 1930. Okay, we had already seen, we touched in and touched out previously, and the system matched that log in and out to the 1400 shift. Yeah, and when we looked at the outstanding visits, the 1400 had disappeared. Now we touched in and out again. Now I expect that the system will recognize that that's for the 1600 shift and match it automatically to the 1600. So I would expect the 1600 shift to disappear from my outstanding visits now. So let's press today's outstanding visits. As you can see, the 1600 has also disappeared from view. So that's how the system automatically matches the shifts. Now, if you see here that you've logged in and out, but it's still showing as outstanding, then do give us a call and we can check why that is the case. There could be a number of reasons why that is the case, but the important thing is for us to match it to the right shift so that you can get paid for that shift. Okay, thank you very much.